All right, y'all, so we're back after a little break. Get right into it today. We're going to do solving two-step equations. All right? So solving two-step equations. And we're going to move more algebraically now. You've seen the undoing method. You can use that with this, but we really want to focus on algebraically because that's probably how you're mainly going to do it moving forward for the rest of your life. So, solving two-step equations. Remember, we have those rules. Hello. Do you need to be in here?
No, that's fine.
Oh, it's all good. All right, so Mr. McIntosh just came in. So, remember we have the rules that we'll go through.
Hi, guys.
I like that. We got our first shout out. That's what I'm talking about. So if we looked at our rules to solving any equation that we did in Springboard, first we were talking about distribute if necessary. Second, we talked about combine like terms. Third, we talked about variables on left, constants on the right by adding and subtracting. Fourth, we talked about isolate variables by multiplying or dividing. And finally, we talked about simplifying. All right, so we had all of that. We've gone through this in class, so now we're going to apply this to two-step equations. And it should be pretty straightforward. So hopefully you have that down now. And what we're going to do is we're going to start here. So example 1 says 2x minus 7 equals 19. Well, on these two-step equations, we don't have to distribute. Nothing there. But we want to get our variables on the left, constants on the right. So I don't want this negative 7 on this side of the equation. So how do I get rid of that? I bring in positive 7 plus 7. So I just put 7 on this side, so it's unbalanced. How do I balance it up? Put 7 on the other side. So I go plus 7. These cancel out. This just becomes 2x. 19 and 7 is 26. So now I'm balanced. 2x equals 26. I always want to do the opposite of what's happening to my variable. This says x times 2. So the way I get rid of that is I divide by 2. I'm isolating my variable by multiplying or dividing. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals 26 divided by 2, which is 13. Okay? So there's example 1. Example 2. Let's take something slightly more difficult. Negative 4/3 x plus 10 equals 16. Okay, again, no distributing. I need to get all my variables on the left, all my constants on the right. So I'm going to get rid of plus 10, minus 10. But I put a minus 10 on this side, so to balance it out, I got to put a minus 10 on the other side. Now I'm balanced still. That becomes 0. 16 minus 10 is 6. So I'm left with negative 4/3 x equals 6. So now, again, I need to isolate my variable by multiplying or dividing. What does this really say? This means 4/3 times x. So to get rid of that, I divide by negative 4/3. Divide by negative 4/3. Those cancel. Divide by negative 4/3. X equals whatever 6 over 1 divided by negative 4/3 is. How do I divide fractions? We know this. I multiply and I flip the second fraction. So 6 over 1 times 3 over negative 4, which ends up being 18 over a negative 18 over 4. And if I simplify that, 18 over 4 divided by 2 divided by 2, this is giving me 9 over 2. x equals 9 halves. Okay? Here's one like that I would like you to do on your own. I'm not going to do the answer to this. You're going to do the answer to this, and I'm going to see the answer to this on your work when I look at it tomorrow and or Wednesday. It's going to say 2 fourths x plus 7 equals negative 12. This is called do your own. You should finish this one on your paper without me. Okay? So you're going to finish that one. I'm going to be looking for it to say do your own on the paper. And here's another one we'll do together. Example 3 says x over 5 plus negative 8 equals 10. And again, it's always the same. There's no distributing. I got to get this over here. Plus 8 evenly. I put plus 8 on each side because I'm keeping my scale balanced. So I'm left with x over 5 equals 18. Now I look at my variable. How am I going to isolate the variable? Well, what's happening to x? X is being divided by 5. So I always do the opposite. Multiply by 5. So times 5 times 5. And I'm left with x equals whatever 18 times 5 is, and it looks like that is 90. Okay? So this right here is solving the two-step equations. Pretty simple. A lot of you all are past this right now. You guys are doing a good job. Keep it up. No passwords today. I got no dance for you. Next time. Mr. Bass, out.